So guys, let's continue the second series of this project. So in this series, we're going to be creating a launch template, and we're going to be creating AutoScaling group, target group, and load balancer. So let me head to my AWS and create my launch template. So here we are in the instance. I have one instance running. This is the jumper server that we've used to mount our EFS. So this one is mounted to an EFS. This is the EFS here. This is the EFS. All right. So we've not uploaded any content. That's why you're seeing it. It's 6 kilobytes, but we're going to upload our web content later. So let's quickly create our launch templates. Let's go to instance. We'll go to launch templates. We'll create launch templates. So we'll name it Cloud9 web server templates. We'll do production. So here we're going to select our operating system, Ubuntu. Remember, we are using Ubuntu 24. Go with Ubuntu 24. Then T2 small. Yeah, 24. So instance type, we choose T2 small. T2 small. So select our key pair. This is the one I'm using. So leave the network, then select security group. So this instance is supposed to be in a private subnet, right? It's supposed to be in a private subnet. So we're going to select private subnet, private security group, sorry. This is public, this is load balancer, this is private. Okay. Then we'll go to advanced. Go to advanced. This is where we run our script. So let me also review again that everything is working fine. Okay, everything is well detailed. Ubuntu 24, T2 small, keys, security group, private security group. Okay, so let me go and get my script. I'm going to be getting rid of this. I'll copy it. So this basically is going to, this will change the server, set the server name, then this will update the server, then this will install Nginx, which is the web server, that will be serving the web contents. This will enable Nginx, start Nginx. Then this line will remove default directory that comes with Nginx installation. Then this one will run dependencies for EFS. Then this one will mount FS tab. Then this is the mount. This one will now mount the EFS. Then we're going to change this to Nginx will own this file. So we'll do that here because when you install, this will be Ubuntu. It will be Ubuntu initially. So we're going to, this line will change that Ubuntu ownership to Nginx default user and group. So this is my key from Datadog. Okay. So let me quickly copy that again. I'll copy that. Now come over to my launch template. I'll paste that. Okay. I'll paste that. Then if you check before, we had only one jumper server. So once I launch this template now, it will automatically create create a server for us depending on how I set the rules. So let me create the launch templates. I'll click here. I'll view the launch templates. Okay, this is the launch template. So next I'll go to AutoScaling group. I'll go to AutoScaling group. Then I'll create an autoscaler. AutoScaling group. I'm going to name it Cloud9 AutoScale. Cloud9 AutoScale. So I'll select the template we just created now. This. Then I'll go to next. Here I'll choose the VPC. Choose our VPC, Cloud9 VPC. Then availability zone. All right. So remember that this is going to be in a private zone. The servers will run in a private subnet. So I'm going to select a private subnet here. This is private 1. Then this is another private 2. So these private are in different zones. This one is in zone 2A and this one is in 2B. Okay. So we have that selected. Then we'll come down. There's nothing to set here. We'll come down, go to next. Then we'll attach a load balancer. So click on load balancer. What type of load balancer do we want? So we want application load balancer. Then we'll have the name of our load balancer. Where should it be facing? Internal or external, which is the internet facing. So we are facing it to the internet because that will be our entry point. The load balancer will be the entry point from traffic coming from the internet to our VPC. So subnet, because the load balancer is facing the internet, is supposed to be in a public subnet. So I'm going to select public subnet and also select public subnet. So here select I'll create target group. I'll create target group. I will name it web server target group. I will name it web server TG. Then I'll come down here. The health check is enabled. So the next, I will now configure the size of the scaling. So let's go to the next one. Next. So I will put the rules here, the auto scaling rule. How many servers do I want to run at a particular time? The minimum I want to choose is 3. Then here I'm going to do 3. Here I can do 20, which is the maximum. How do I want to track it? I want to track it with scaling policy, target a scaling policy. I will use CPU utilization, meaning that anytime the CPU goes high to a certain level, the autoscaler should create a new server for us. So I'm going to do 80 here. So whenever the CPU goes up to 80%, the autoscaler will provision a new server for us. So you have it here. So we are done with all the configurations here. So I will next. Then next. I'll review the options we've selected. This one is the VPC availability zones. So the subnets associated here is this is the subnet associated to our availability zone. So this is the capacity we'll set it to be. This is the load balancer. So everything here typically looks okay. So I will just I'll create auto scaling group. Now we have our auto scaling group. So would wait for the instance to be created for us. So let's go back to instances. All right, immediately it has created 4 instances for us. So extra, let me refresh this. Okay, this is the jumper server on. So these ones are the new one that was just created a few minutes ago. So it's still initializing. It's still initializing. Let's refresh that again. Okay, this one is ready. Remaining these 2. Let's also refresh again and see if others are ready. All right, they've passed all checks. So this is our jumper server. These are the 3 servers that have been provisioned with the template we just created. Right. So what next we need to do is that we need to go and upload our web content. So let's go to our more western and upload our web content. So remember that we are uploading our web content to the web server directory where we mounted the EFS. So I'll cd into that directory now and upload. I'll cd into the directory. web server. So let's see. Okay, see the owner of the file here. You can see the owner of the file here. So we cannot write into this directory until we change this to Ubuntu. We have to change this to Ubuntu. All right. So how do we do that? We're going to do sudo change ownership Ubuntu. Then the absolute path that we are is home / Ubuntu / web server. So this is the path we are now. So we are going to be giving changing the ownership of this directory to Ubuntu. Okay, so let's do that. Let's LL again. Okay, that's done. And see that this one has changed from www data to this. So we can now upload our web content. We can now upload our web content. We'll go to upload. Go to upload. So this is the one we are uploading. So, but before then, let me show us something. Let's go to load balancer. Load balancer. Okay. So let's use this a record to search on the internet and see if anything appears here. Okay, it's showing forbidden, so there is no file inside here now. There is nothing inside the Nginx directory now. So let's go and make that upload. Okay, let me present working directory. Okay, let's upload. Let's go to download section. I'm going to upload that. So it's uploading now. The web content is uploading. So while the web content is still uploading, let's go to Datadog and confirm that our server have been connected. Let's go to Datadog and confirm that we can now see our server here. This is the jumper server, so I will refresh this. Good. So we have our servers here now. So all the servers that have been provisioned for us, if you check the instance, you can see we have this one is jumper, and these are the other servers in the private subnet. So you see that all of them have appeared on Datadog. So Datadog is connected to all our server now, so they can monitor metrics and everything that is going on. So um, the purpose of integrating Datadog is to monitor the system, the CPU usage, and processes running in our server, and also to help us know whenever something is wrong. So this Datadog now will be integrating it to a Slack channel. So that Slack channel, basically, if you check our sketch here, we have that from Datadog, we'll configure Slack channel, then we'll configure an alert that will push an alert to Slack channel whenever anything is wrong with our system, or whenever the CPU goes beyond the rules we have set for it. So it will send an alert to Slack, and that will be pushed, and everyone in that channel, everybody in the Slack channel will get a notification of these Datadog metrics. So that is why we are integrating it to Slack. So let's go back. So let's check if our content has finished uploading. I think it has finished uploading. So let's confirm that it has finished uploading. Did you upload? Let's see. There is nothing in that directory. So let me see it back. Okay, so we have our stuff here. You can see it here. We have our web content here, pod1 project.zip. So let's install zip unzip package. Install unzip. Okay, so we have installed unzip. So let's unzip the file. Unzip, what's the file name? What's the file name again? Let me highlight that. Control. Let's unzip it. Okay, it's unzipped now. Let's check. Okay, we'll have the unzipped file now. You can see this one is unzipped. So we are going to copy everything inside this into our web server directory. So we are copying every content inside this into our web server directory. So let's confirm again. There is nothing there. Web server. You can see it's still empty. It's still empty, meaning that our EFS is not sharing this web content now. So we can also confirm that from here. You can also confirm that from here. I'll refresh this again. Nothing is here. So we'll go back. Let's copy the file. Copy the file name for the one website. So we are copying everything to absolute paths home/ubuntu/web server. So this command is telling that we want to copy everything from this source file into this absolute path, the web server directory. All right. So click enter. So let's confirm again that it has been copied. Let's cd into the web server. Good. You can see that our web server directory now has the content. So let's go back and see if we're able to see the web content. Let's refresh again. Okay, let me do HTTP. Okay, so you can see that our web content is live. Our web content is live. All right, you can see that here. Okay, you can see that here. These are order of my cohort engineers. These are order of my cohort engineers. Yes, Engineer Carlo, a very good guy too. Okay, that's me. That's me. So apart from also being into cloud and DevOps, also a good strategy in the. I have good experience in media buying also. Right, I have a good experience in media buying and also e-commerce. I've done that for several years. Advertise for brands, help them make a lot of sales with Meta and TikTok adverts. So you can also hit me up if you have a job for media buying. I'm very good at that. So let's continue. So you can see our web content is live. So next is that we know this is not the web content is serving currently on a non-secured port. So what we need to do, we need to secure our websites. We need to secure it, and we'll be using AWS certificate manager for that. So let's go to the domain I want to use, because now this is our load balancer URL. So we cannot be using this load balancer URL to visit here. We cannot be sending this to people to visit our website. So we have to change it to a domain name. I have to change it to a domain, a proper domain. So I'll go to have a domain with Namecheap. What's going on with Namecheap? Wow, this is serious. Namecheap is under maintenance. What's going on? Wow, Namecheap is under maintenance. This is serious. And the domain I'm about to use is with them. So how do we do it now? That means we'll have to find a way out if we may have to get another domain. So while we wait for that, also let me quickly show you how we integrate Slack into Datadog. So when you come to Datadog, you go to integration, you go to agents, install agents. Let me open it in a new tab. Okay, no, we need to go to integrations. So we have Slack here. See, we have Slack. Click on Slack. So once you click on Slack, you come to configure. So from this configure, you'll be able to connect to, from this configure, you'll be able to connect to your channel. So you can see this one. It will show, once you click on configure, it will show the channel that you have created, because you first of all go to Slack. When you come to Slack, you create a channel, you create an account with Slack, then create a channel. I created this channel. You can see this one. I created this channel. So let me create another channel again so that you can see what I mean. Create a new channel. I'll give it a name. I'll say server watch server watch 2. This is the first one I created, this server watch. Then this is server watch 2. So I'll click on continue. I'll make it private because I don't want anybody to search on Slack and see the channel. It's meant to be a private channel. So I'll create that. Now I've created it. Then what do? I need to add Datadog to this channel. So I'm going to do add Datadog, right? So I'll add Datadog. I'll add him to this channel. So Datadog now has access to this channel. So this is how I'll add every other person that will be monitoring the server. I'll add them to this channel. Okay, I'll add them to this channel. So if I want to add more persons, I'll just add more people. Then I'll go back to my Datadog. I'll go back to my Datadog. You can see that this one is showing this server watch. All right. So let's try and add another channel. We'll add a channel. Select the channel. So you can see how many channels do we have here. Let's see the channels. Okay, let me refresh it so that it will be able to, let me refresh it so it can pick up the new channel. So I'll go to Slack, I'll go to configure. Okay, you can see that the new channel has appeared here. You see it's connected. So Datadog will be able to send notification to the Slack channel. Okay, so what next do we need to do? So the next we are supposed to do is to configure the DNS resolution from Namecheap to AWS. But now we're unable to do that because of the maintenance, because the domain I was supposed to use is hosted in a them server website. So I'm not able to access it now because they are doing maintenance. So maybe we'll look for an alternative, or we'll have to wait, and after that maintenance, then we can continue with that very series. So this is what we've done so far. We've been able to create all of this, configure them, route every network, both the ones going to the internet and the ones coming into our VPC. All right, we'll be able to access our server from the client machine using Mobexten. Then we'll be able to integrate Datadog to our server to monitor it. We're also able to integrate EFS, Elastic File Share system, to share the website content to all the servers in the private subnet. Also, we configured our load balancer, which we are using now to access the front end. So typically what happens is that the load balancer will receive is listening at port 80 and port 443, but we are supposed to close the port 80 actually. That is after we've done our security, making sure that the 443 is saved and secured. Then we'll have to delete the other listening port, which is port 80. It's not secured. So we've been able to achieve all this in this series. So we just have a couple of things to do, and we'll round up. Okay, let me see if we can get a domain from another domain provider. Let's check another domain. Let's check another domain. Someone recommended Hosts. Let's check if they have affordable domain so we can use that to run this. Let me search for this one. Pod One Cloud. Okay, we have okay, I will go with this one. I'll go with the online. I'll go with this one. Okay, this is their custom listing. We're not going for that. Let's register first. Let's register with them. I'll quickly do this registration and come back. So I've been able to register. I've registered with them. So I'll just click on shop for the domain now. I'll go and shop for the domain. Let me go to domains. Let me go to my cart. Okay, I have one here. This one, pod one cloud.online. Pod one cloud.online. So let me go to checkout. I'm not doing annually, please. I'm not doing annually. I'll go to checkout. Okay, I'll click that again. I'll go to checkout. I'll have to enter my, sorry. I'll quickly do that and come back, please. So I've placed order for this domain. I've placed order for the domain. Let's go to the client area. So we have one domain now. We have one domain now. Okay, so this is how their interface. This is my first time of using TrueHost. I've been using a Namecheap, and now that Namecheap is offline, I have some website hosted on Namecheap. I hope my websites are not down already. I'll check that later. Then let's go to domain. Okay. Yes, no, we know that there is no SSL, so it's active now. Let me see where I can manage it. Manage name servers. Manage name servers. So it's using their default. So I'm going to use custom. I will use custom name servers. I'll use custom name servers. So let me go to AWS and create a hosted zone. So I'll come back to AWS. I'll search for Route 53 DNS. I'll open that. Okay, so we're going to create our Route 53 now. I don't want to be out of this. Let me, after this zone, Route 53. Okay, here we are on Route 53. So I'll click on hosted zones. So I'll create hosted zone, domain name. So let me go and copy the domain name. Let me copy the domain name from here. Where is that my domain? Go to my dashboard. Let me quickly copy that. So what we want to do is that we want to redirect the DNS from this true host to AWS. So whenever the DNS is queried, it will no longer be queried on true host, but rather it will query on AWS. See, that is what we want to do now. So I'll copy the domain. I'll copy that and go to AWS hosted zone. I will paste that here. Yeah, it's a public hosted zone. I want it to be public. So create a hosted zone. Okay. So create a hosted zone. So we are going to be changing. We're going to change the DNS details with all this. So we have this. I'm going to copy this. I'll copy that. I'll go back here. I'll paste it. I'll go back here and copy the other one. I'll go and paste it also. I'll go back and copy the next one. I'll paste that. Then I'll copy this one. And I'll paste that. So here, let me expand this. Okay, so let's go and save that. Change it. So what we have done now is that we have redirected the DNS to AWS. We have redirected the DNS to AWS. We said an issue occurred. Why? Why is there an issue? Why is there an issue? Let's do that one more time. Let's do that one more time. Let's do that one more time. So I don't know why the first one did not save. Let's save that again. It's still giving us the same error. Let me quickly troubleshoot that and know what went wrong. Okay, said you can change, but it did not change successfully. So let me quickly troubleshoot that and know why it's giving that error. Let's see if this one will save. I've re-entered it again. Let's see if this will save. It's still giving us an issue. It's still giving us an issue. Let's try that one more time. I removed the dots at the end of each of the names. Let's try to save that one more time, if that will work. Then if it doesn't work, okay, that was the problem. Actually, that was a problem. So I needed to remove the dots at the end of the names. So this is well done now. So let's head back to the AWS and okay, let me refresh again. All right, so we need to create a record. We need to create a record because we don't have a record yet. We need to create a record. So I'll click on create record. So what are we going to use as our subdomain? What should I use as our subdomain? Okay, let me use app. Let me use app. So I'll toggle this. I'll check for load balancer, alias application and classic load balancer. Yes. So the zone that it was hosted, let's check Ohio. Okay, you can see our load balancer here. Select it. Okay, then yes, we are creating a record. Yes, so we create record now. Create record. You can see now we have another A record here. You can see we have another A record now. Okay, after that, we need to apply security. We need to apply security. So let's confirm if it has routed to the new domain. Where is that? Okay, so remember here, we were accessing it with this link. All right, so let's check if we can access it with that app.pod1cloud.online. Sorry, let me copy that. I know it's not yet secured, so I will put http. Okay, maybe it still needs time to reroute properly. Let me check again. Let's check that again. I think I made a mistake in the URL. Online. No, it's serving at HTTP, not S. It's not yet secured. Okay. Let's allow that for now, and let's go and create our security. Let me also check if it's still serving on this very URL, the load balancer. Let's refresh it and see if it is still serving here. Okay, it's still serving on this load balancer. So let's go and add security. Let's go and add security. So we'll go back to AWS. We'll search for certificates manager. So here we're going to request for a certificate. Yes, we are requesting for a public certificate. The fully qualified domain. Let's go and copy the domain. Let's go and copy the domain. I think I have it here. Let's copy this domain. Okay. So we are going to export it. We're going to enable exports. Validation method, DNS validation. Yes, we're using DNS to validate. Then the key algorithm is RSA algorithm. Okay. Then I will request this certificate. Let me double check again. App.pod1cloud.online. Let me also check that again if it is correct, because we don't need to make mistakes here. Okay, pod1cloud.online. Okay, so we are going to request certificates. Pending validation. Let's refresh again and see if it is ready. It's still pending. Let's give it some time. So let's confirm if the certificate has been issued. Let's refresh again. Still pending. Still pending. Still pending. Okay, okay. It's still. I was checking if there was a mistake. Let me copy this again and see if we can access the website from here. It's not going yet. City. Let's go to the hosted zones. Okay, let's check again if it is correct. If this is correct. Let's check again if that is correct. This is Cloud9 AutoScale, load balancer, then cloud stack. Okay. Okay, so our new domain is up now, so we needed to wait for it to propagate before it will come up. So you can see that it's on now. So instead of accessing our website with the load balancer URL, we will now be accessing it with this. But still, we need to fully sign the certificate. Let me check if the certificate has been signed. Let me check if the certificate has been signed. It was pending before now. Let's check if it's pending here. Let me refresh now and see if it has. Okay, it's still pending. It's still pending. So let's allow that to finish. It's still pending. We'll come back to that. Let's allow that to finish. Meanwhile, our website is already serving on the new domain that we registered. You can see here, very responsive. Very responsive. All right. So let's wait and allow the certificate to be issued. Then we'll continue from there. Let's check again. Let's check again. Let's check that again and see if it has issued. It's still pending. Okay, still pending validation. So let's go to the certificates. Let's go to the certificates. Let's go here. Then let's check the CNAME. The CNAME has been created. The CNAME value has been created. So let's create a record from here. Let's create a record from here. Pending validation in this. Yes. Let's go to route 53 and check again. Let's check again if that domain is there. Let's check on route 53 again and see that the domain is there. Hosted zones. Okay, I'll enter the domain. Okay, so we need to create the CNAME here. We need to create CNAME. We don't have a CNAME yet here. We need to create a CNAME. So let's go back there and create a CNAME. Let's go back and create a CNAME record. Then let's confirm if it has created. We have only a record here. Let's refresh this and see if it has been created. Okay, we have a CNAME here now. We have a CNAME here. Let's go back and refresh this now. It's still pending. Pending validation. Okay, let's give it time. So let's also confirm if the validation has completed. Okay, it's been issued. The certificate has been issued. You can see it here. It has been issued, and we have created our CNAME also. We come to this place, refresh. we have created our scene name. So let's confirm from the website. Now let's confirm from the website. You can see that it's still serving on ports. It's still serving on this port. Okay, so let's add HTTPS to that. Yes, and see if it is secured now. Okay, not yet secured. Okay, so I think we need to create a new listener. So let's go and create a new listener. So because this one is listening at port 80, we have not created a new listener. So let's go to the load balancer. Let's go to the load balancer. Hosted zone. Let's go to the load balancer. Let's go to the VPC. No, EC2. I think this is where we'll see the load balancer. So let's go down and check out the load balancer. Here we have the load balancer. If you select the load balancer, you can see that listening rules. Let's see we have listening rules here. So port 80, right? Port 80. So we have to add a listener. So we have one listening rule here, listening at port 80. But our certificate is saved on what? Port 443. So add a new listener. Add a new listener. Which port do you want to listen? Listen at this port. Then we'll select our target group, web server target group. So we have selected our target group, which is this. So let's come down to AWS certificate manager. So the certificate that was signed now, let's select the certificate. This is it here. Select that. Then we'll add listener. So you can see that we have two listeners now, port 443 and port 80. So let's confirm that it's serving on this port now. Let's go back to our web app. So here now we'll have to let's add the HTTPS. HTTPS, let's hit that. Okay, so this has been secured. You can see. So let's check secured. Let's see. So you can see this Amazon securing it. Amazon and RSA 2048 MO4. So you can see that it's showing here the site is secured now. You can see it's secured. So next we're going to do is to remove the port 80. We're going to remove the port 80. Let's head back to to our instance. Let's head back to our load balancer. Then this port 80, we are going to delete that. We're going to delete that. Manage listener. Okay, delete listener. So we are going to delete this one that we have selected now. Delete it since the production is for the production. Confirm. We'll delete that. Good. So we now have our website is secured and it's running smoothly. Okay. So far we've been able to achieve a lot. We've done from the beginning to the end of the project, but one more thing we need to do is to set alerts from our Datadog to Slack channel. So let's go back to our Datadog. So let's quickly go and create our Datadog alerts so that whatever happens to our servers will be getting notification via the channel that has been integrated to Datadog. So let's go back to Datadog. You can see that on Datadog we have all our servers being monitored. You can see all our servers being monitored here. All of them are healthy. This is the jumper server. These are the other servers in the private subnet that we have provisioned using the launch templates. Okay. Then what we need to do now is we are going to create an alert. We are going to create an alert. So let me refresh this page. So if we come down here, we'll come to monitoring. So come to monitoring. So here is different things you can monitor. You can say CPU usage is high. So these are different monitors here. Disk latency, disk usage, memory space, network traffic sent in high on host. Then system load is high for host. So these are the different things that you can monitor here. So but before we begin to monitor, let's create our rules, monitoring rules. So we'll go to settings, we'll go to notification rule, come here, notification rule. Okay. Then we'll create a new rule. So here we'll select the tags. Here, select all the tags. Select all the tags. Select all of them. Monitor. Then select all of them. Okay, then under here the recipients, we say always notify. We leave it at always notify. Then select recipients. So here you can see that we have different channels. You can see this is the first channel, server watch 2. Then this is the first one we created, server watch. So let's select this one, this one. So this is the channel here. Let me show us. This is the channel, this one. You can see it here. So Datadog has been added to this channel. Okay. So let's go back and so we'll come down here where it says name rule. Name rule. We can say infrastructure monitor. Monitoring. As the infrastructure metrics. Infrastructure monitoring. So we come down here, define permission. Define permission. So we leave that. We say everyone in my org has a full access. Yes. So whoever has been added to that channel will have a full access. So everything looks good. Are there another thing we need to set? No. So create rule. There's a problem. Okay, this one, we remove this, then remove this, and create a rule. Okay, we created a rule. Okay, we created a rule. So we'll go back to monitor. Then now we have to create the notification. So we'll go to new monitor. So what do you want to monitor here? What do you want to monitor here? You can monitor a lot of things, metrics change, anomaly, quarterly, then forecast, host. A lot of things can be monitored. So we are monitoring for what? Metrics. For monitoring for metrics. So CPU utilization, select that when it's high, CPU is high, select that. So we have applied our template. Then we'll come down here, threshold. Choose the detection method. We're going to be using detection method. We're going to be selecting all our servers. Look at all the servers we have here. You can specifically select the ones you want to monitor, but I will leave them at all for now. Then average evaluation every 5 minutes, or you can say every 10 minutes, whichever one you want. You can see every 10 minutes. Then here we set an alert target. So we can say whenever the CPU goes up to 80%, we should receive a notification, then a red alert. So this one shows a red alert. This one shows a red alert. Why this one shows a warning alert? So red alert means that the CPU is almost um, getting exhausted. Then for the warning alerts, we say when the CPU is 65%, send us a warning alert through the Slack channel. So we'll go down, configuration, configure notification and automation, recipient summary. Okay, so these are the kind of the messages that we're going to be receiving on Slack whenever the alert is sent. Whenever an alert is sent, these are the messages that will come with it. Okay, so I will check again that everything looks good before we now send a notification alert, a test alert to the Slack channel. So these are the message that you receive whenever an alert is sent. So it will be sent across with these tag messages. So let me see, there is something I need to configure here. Again, okay, I think it should be down, down, down. Okay, read notification. Read notification. It says enable notification to receive repeated alerts until the monitor recovers. So if this monitor stays in notify every 30 minutes until the problem is resolved. So you can do notification every 30 minutes. Let's leave it at 30 minutes. Then we'll come down here under the metadata. We'll now have to select all those tags that we used initially. I think we use this one. We use this one. We use this one. Let's see if okay, it has appeared. Recipient summary. That these are rules I've created before. So this is the rule. So it has appeared. So any other thing? No, I don't think there's so we can send notification, test notification from here. So let's check it and see. So if you go to Slack channel now, there is nothing here now. This is the channel we are using. This one, this server watch. This is the one we are using. So I will send a notification to this place now and see what happens. So let's go back. So I'll send a test notification. Let's first of all let's send a warning notification. Okay, let's send a warning notification. So it's showing that this thing is coming from the Jumper server. So this notification is coming from this group, right? So let's send in a warning. So we'll run it. It said test notification sent with group host Jumper server 01. So let's go and check our Slack channel and see if it's reflected. Okay, so you can see we have it here. You can see we have our first alert here. You can see that. Let's also try the red alerts. Let's try the red alerts. So this red alert is when the CPU is 80, it will send this red alert. But when it is 65, it will send warning alert. So let's test this red alert. Let's run the test. Let's check our Slack channel. Okay, you can see we have this one now. We have this red alert here, and we have this yellow alert here. So far we've been able to achieve and done everything in this project from beginning to end. We've been able to build from scratch and execute this project. I'm so happy that this has come to a fruition, and I hope I've been able to also help in making the whole process very easy and simple for beginners who want to join cloud or DevOps. Only watching this video, I believe that you'll be able to handle a lot of tasks in this very kind of production. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in all of my series and projects that will be coming up soon. My name still remains Tochukwu Chukwu, the Cloud and DevOps. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.